I guess it's just, a breakup song. But this is my kind of side of the story and how it went down for me. I was in my room, playing that guitar riff, and just it kind of seemed a little like sinister kind of, feeling. So I got in my feels of like, the anger and frustration and pain part of the stuff. And so I was just like, all right, let's do this.
My mama says if the red flags light up, it's time to step back. But there were none of them, not even one of them.
Your family is protective of you, and mine has always been. So, especially my mom. So, she's always said, son, if she doesn't let you share her candy, then, that's probably a red flag, or, something stupid like that. But that's the thing with this relationship. It was like there were none of them.
But granted, it was the first time I fell in love, and that's why I asked your father for his blessing just 5 months in.
And, so what I'm saying there is, granted, it was the first time that I ever fell in love. So, that may be the reason why I didn't see those red flags. And that's also definitely the reason why I asked her father for his blessing 5 months into the relationship.
There were so many times when you said it's happening, that I'd be a man until the end. But when you weren't happy, you pinned it on me, said it might be better if we weren't together.
That says, even though, there were so many times that kind of thing happened, it was, I still felt like it'd be us in the end. Both of us have the opportunity to choose one another, and if you don't, then, that's kind of just what happens. But there was a lot of great times, and then there was also a lot of bad times, because it went from, I'm her everything to, maybe I'm her nothing,
Even though there were so many times that you went back and forth about us, I felt that it would still be us in the end. But somehow, even though I gave my very best, you laid to rest your promises and chose to go the easy route. You let me down, oh.
It's hard to keep pushing through. It's hard to choose each other and work through things and then come out the in a better way each time. It's hard to persevere, but it's easier sometimes to just give up.
I didn't even get to say bye. Dish me on that face time. I never knew you to be so cold, cruel.
I didn't really get to say bye, because it's like, I just got dished on the FaceTime. It's kind of, spontaneous, and I wasn't able to get any closure afterwards. So that's kind of where that came from. This is a kind of emotional part for me, because it's like probably a lot of people out there, it's, that same thing kind of happens to them. They think that they know the person, and then they do something that kind of makes them feel like, wow, maybe I didn't know you as well as I thought I did.
You said that you'd love me, baby. You promised to persevere, yeah. And look, we left me late, hey. You let me down.
Yeah, so that line, it's pretty simple, but there's a lot of emotion in it for me, because, it just says that there were a lot of promises that were made on both sides. And, it was a long, 2.5-year relationship, and promises were made, and then promises were broken, And I was like, man, like you promised to persevere, you let me down.
When did you fall to loving? When wasn't hard enough for me? I gave all that I had, woman. You used me.
That part at the end, the bridge, it's just like my kind of cry of like, I didn't get any closure, when did this even happen, because it was kind of spontaneous, the breakup was, so it's like, it couldn't have just been that, it couldn't have just been what happened right there on the FaceTime call. It's like, when did you fall out of love? When was I not enough? In that moment, I felt like I at least deserved to get the answer of when did it, fall apart? At first, when I was making the song, it was real emotional every time that I performed it for my family or my friends or whatever to see what they thought. I would get at the point of tears, Mm-hmm. And so it was real emotional for me, but it was a good it was a good tool for me to kind of get a little bit of closure, even though, you know, it wasn't me and her, it was just being by myself. It was good to be able to kind of express myself and to, you know, express it, leave it there, and there it is. You know, I'm moving on. It was really, really hard to write this song, but it was good for me, I think.